Hey everybody, it's Luke over at Galaxy Tech Review, and today I've got a product from Acer. I wanted to get a laptop that could handle some mild gaming or some mid-level gaming even, and do some have enough horsepower underneath to be able to do some video processing and stuff like that. This is a refresh of the widely popular Aspire E15 E5-575G-53VG, which you can find on Amazon for $549. Now there's a lot of reviews of that particular laptop, over 1,600 at the moment, and this of course is due to the fact that it's $549. It includes a GeForce 940MX with 2 gigabytes of DDR5 memory, 256 SSD drive, and all of that. Now, when I did some digging, I was pretty sure I was going to buy that laptop, but I found out that Acer did a refresh, and instead of the old Skylake processor that they had in that model, which was the i5-6200U, they have a refresh with the Kaby Lake processor, the i5-7200U, which is this model right here. Exactly the same as the E5-575G-53VG, but this is the E5-575G-57D4 with the new Kaby Lake processor. So this has the Kaby Lake processor in it, and this is just going to be an unboxing. I'm just going to go through the specs real quick, unbox it, show you what the panel looks like, and that type of thing. More testing to come in later videos, and other things, some gaming and some other things as well. I'll comment on gaming, but I'm not going to do any in this. This is just to show you what comes inside the box, what the build quality and the ports look like, and that type of thing. Now you're going to have links to the E5-575G 57D4, which is this model, the Kaby Lake refresh. You're also going to have links to the E5-575G-53VG, which is the other model that has 1,600 views on it. Everything is exactly the same except for the processor. The processor now has the newer processor in it in the 57D4. So now you're going to get that Kaby Lake i5-7200U. You're going to get the same 15.6 inch 1080p TN panel that's in there. It's a matte TN panel, cut down on reflections. You're going to get that same Nvidia GeForce 940MX with 2 gigabytes of DDR5 memory on the 940MX. You're going to get 8 gigabytes of DDR4 memory. You're going to get a 256 gigabyte SSD. It's an M.2 SSD. It is SATA. It is not NVE. It is, and the slot is not NVE capable, but you can upgrade this 256 to whatever you would like as far as that goes, but it is not NVE capable as far as the slot goes. You do get a DVD drive in here. It's an 8X DVD drive. I'm kind of glad that they left it in, to be honest, and I'll show you why. 802.11 ANC, AC with Bluetooth. It does have an HD camera. It's capable of 720p at 30 frames per second. It's okay, not the best or worst camera that I've seen. And that 6-cell lithium-ion battery that we saw in the 53VG with up to 12 hours of battery life. Now, most people aren't going to get 12 hours of battery life on it. You know, people are reporting anywhere from, 7 to 9 hours or 10, even 10 or 11 hours. But to get 12 hours of battery life, you'd probably have to run on the lowest brightness, maybe Wi-Fi off or something like that, cut some corners to do it. But I haven't done any full battery tests on this. When I do, I will update it and I will let you guys know. So let's quickly get this open because I know you guys want to see the laptop and not me, just me talking. Just wanted to give you the specs there so that you could see. Now there's some documentation in here. We're not going to go over it. It's just a setup guide for the E15 series, and they do give you 2 other things in there besides the laptop itself. They give you the power bricks here, and I do want to show you the power brick real quick because it's super compact, super small, awesome for taking with you. Its input is 100 to 240 volts at 1.6 amps at 50 to 60 hertz. Your output is 19 volts at 3.42 amps, so super compact and awesome. It's got a right angle connector on it as well, so that keeps things out of the way. I really did like the fact that this isn't some humongous brick that you need to power your laptop. Now I have taken a look at other bigger laptops that you can pay a couple $100 more for. You can get the Lenovo Y700. The Lenovo Y700 is a little bit more towards gaming with that GTX 960M, but this is as thin, a pretty thin computer here, not bad at all. Now aesthetic wise, it's not going to blow anybody away. It's a plain black computer, Acer logo, no flashy red, no LEDs, no funny business there, but that's okay for me. I'm fine with that. On the right hand side, you've got your DVD drive here. Again, people say, oh, why did you put a DVD drive and they could have put something else in there? It takes up space and weight. This thing weighs like an ounce tops. It's really not that big of a deal. Your power input is here. Again, a right angle connector so you can keep it out of the way. It is on the right side of the laptop. One USB 2.0 port, your microphone and headphone combo jack there. On the front, you have on this side here, you're going to have a little slot for a full SD card slot. You are going to have your activity light and power or charging light here as well on the front. On this side, we're going to have two USB 3.0 ports. You're going to have a full HDMI port. You're going to have a VGA port. You're going to have a wired Ethernet jack as well, and a USB 3.1 reversible cable port here as well with your Kensington lock slot. Now here is your output for your venting. It's going to be on the left hand side. There is no venting on the back. A lot of the bigger name laptops like to vent everything out of the back. This one vents just from the left-hand side, and you have intake vents on the bottom here, as you can see, all over the place. Now, there's two speakers. They are located on the bottom, which is a weird placement for speakers, but to be honest, I haven't had any problems with sound. It doesn't blow me away, but they're not terrible either. If you want to access your extra drive bay and your RAM upgrades, you just remove 3 screws here, and then you pull this tab away, and you can get right into where those are. I will do other videos when I upgrade the RAM from 8 gigabytes to 16 gigabytes, which I plan to do. And when I do that IPS panel trade out here for this TN panel. So brushed aluminum type, but all plastic. It's made to look like brushed plastic, I guess you would call it. But if we open it up, it is not a bad looking computer at all. Nice spacious trackpad. People were reporting on the VG series at least, or the VG model, that they had problems with their track panel. I haven't had any problems with this. I like it. It's very responsive. It does a great job. It's a backlit keyboard. It is only one color. It will activate when you type on it, and then after I think it's about 20 seconds, it will go out. That annoys some people, not me so much. I don't really care about that. Again, a closer look here at the Intel i5-7200U 2.5 gigahertz with turbo boost up to 3.1 gigahertz. Nvidia GeForce 940MX with 2 gigabytes of dedicated VRAM, and it is DDR5 RAM as well. 8 gigabytes of DDR4 memory and a 256 M.2 SATA SSD. I haven't had any problems with wireless on this. As you can see, that is that TN panel that we're talking about, and I'm going to turn this on real quick. I'll turn these lights down too. Maybe it can give you a better idea of what the TN panel looks like. It is a matte finish TN panel, and as you can see, if you're not looking at it exactly head on, you get a little bit of washout. Now let's take a look at this from straight on. Straight on, it actually looks really good. It's not bad. It's not a terrible panel at all. Even the side, and you'll get some reflections. I'm sorry about that. Let's see if we can do it from this side. The side, you'll get about 85% or 5% angle without it getting washed out. That's not bad. The problem comes when we do the 15 that you get on the vertical. I'm sorry. Yes, the vertical. Once we go 15 degrees, everything washes out. 15 degrees this way, everything washes out. For me, that's just kind of a nitpick. I don't really like that, but that's just me. Again, backlit keyboard, the wireless, I connected to my 5 gigahertz network. I was getting full speeds on that. I have 50 up and 50 down here at the house. no problems with getting all of the speed, didn't have any problems with my wireless card, didn't have any problems with my trackpad. The keyboard is okay. There's a little tiny bit of flex in the middle of the keyboard, but that doesn't bother me. I like the fact that it's at least accented with these lights for you in darker environments. I mean, you're getting all of this for $549. So that's not a bad deal. And again, the TN panel, it's not bad. You get this, like I said, if you're looking from side to side, you're not going to have a problem. You're going to get 85 degrees side to side. You're just going to get 15 degrees up and down, and that kind of annoys me a little bit. So I'm going to do a replacement, and you can get them on eBay. You can get a PLS panel or an IPS panel on eBay for about $60 to $80, depending on whether you go PLS or IPS. And it'll give you 85, 85, and then 85 and 85. So, you know, I'm going to get a matte IPS panel to replace it, and I'm going to do that in another video. I'm going to run some benchmarks, do some other things. Now, one question that a lot of people are going to throw up there is, how's it doing gaming? Well, I tested Diablo 3, I tested Sniper Elite 3, Life is Strange, a couple other games. Nothing too hardcore. Overwatch, I was running fine in 1280 by 720 in Overwatch with a solid 60 frames per second, no problems. I was running Diablo 3, everything on Ultra, and I was getting about 45 frames per second, even in groups, even in co-op games, you know, that type of thing, greater rifts with lots of action going on, and that type of thing. Now, the thing that really impressed me about this was not only that, but the fact that if I pull the AC cable out, a lot of times on heavier duty notebooks, if you pull out the mains, your FPS tanks. On this, the FPS stayed constant. So even if I'm on battery power, if I'm getting 45 frames a second on Ultra and Diablo 3, and I pull out my cord to walk away somewhere else, I'm still getting 45 frames per second. The hit that you would normally see on a lot of the bigger notebooks that need more power to power that higher graphics processor isn't a factor here, which is awesome. So yes, you can do mid-level gaming on this, no problems. I know people are going to ask me GTA 5, they're going to ask me League of Legends. I don't really play League of Legends, but put them down in the comments. Tell me what games you want to see on this. I'll load them up, I'll do some games, even if I have to do several different videos, and I'll show you that. I'll also be having this video come out where we upgrade the TN panel to an IPS panel so you can see the differences. In that, again, if you're so worried about, oh, if I buy this, should I replace the TN panel? No, honestly, it's just a personal preference for me. The TN panel on this, when you're looking at it straight on, has really good color to it. It looks good. It's really light in this room right now with sun, so you're not going to get the full effect. But even so, it cuts down with the matte. It cuts down on a lot of glare, and you're going to get good side to side angles on this. You're just not going to get that good horizontal and vertical. As soon as I move it 15 degrees one way or another, it kind of washes out. So that's a personal preference of mine. I've been very impressed with this laptop so far. It's exceeded my expectations for the price of $549. Check the links in the description below. They'll be there for the VG model. They'll be here for the Kaby Lake refresh, which is this one, which is the 57 D4 model as well. So you can check that out. They're both the same price. Do your research. You know, I just wanted to throw this out there as something that I got so that you guys could check it out. This was an unboxing and first initial review of the Acer Aspire E15 E5-575G-57D4. This was Luke from Galaxy Tech Review. If you have any questions or comments about this laptop, let me know what you think. Let me know if you have the questions about certain things, games you want me to play. Put them all in the comments section, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll check you guys out on the next video.